I told you your 403B could be quietly draining tens of thousands in fees? That money should be working for you, not an insurance company. Most educators never see it coming. Today, we're pulling back the curtain. Welcome to Educators Financial Foresight Weekly.
Teachers, you give so much every day. You're shaping lives and you're inspiring the future. But when it comes to your retirement, the path forward can feel uncertain. If you're an educator juggling demands of busy schedules and financial stress, you are not alone. Many teachers worry about outliving their savings, or managing their pension, or ensuring long-term care without burdening their family. With pensions often alone falling short, many educators struggle to bridge the gap between what they need and what they have for a secure retirement. That's where Educators Financial Foresight Weekly comes in. Each week, I'll guide you through clear, actionable steps to understand your pension and spot hidden gaps, build a retirement income strategy tailored to your needs, protect your savings from inflation and unexpected costs, and plan for long-term care and estate needs without burdening your loved ones. Your career has been about making a difference. Tune in every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on YouTube and LinkedIn. Let's build a retirement as rewarding as your career.
Welcome to this week's episode. I am Debbie Major, your host each week for Educators Financial Foresight Weekly. Thanks for joining us today. Last week, we talked about the benefits of investing or using a 403B plan, such as tax-deferred growth, tax savings now, automatic payroll contributions, and higher contribution limits than traditional IRA plans. So while a 403B can be great, there are some drawbacks that you should be aware of. Many educators don't realize the hidden costs and limited options they could have available to them. Let's meet Sarah, a 6th grade teacher. She signed up for her school's 403B years ago, but never really checked what she was invested in. Recently, she discovered she was paying nearly 3% in fees without even knowing it. That's eating away at her future retirement savings. Well, how do you know if this is happening to you? Let's dive in. So, here's some key problems with 403B plans. While you're looking at the chart, let me just point out a couple things. The main thing that has my concern is you've got very limited investments options. If you were in the private sector with a 401k, you'd have a selection of low-cost mutual funds to select from and to invest in. Most 403B plans that you have to choose from are offered by insurance companies, and they only offer annuities. And of these annuities, most of them are called variable annuities. Why could this be a problem? Well, variable annuities are one of the most expensive products you can buy for your retirement investment. And they come with high fees and complexity. You're in the market, you have sort of an insurance protection, so you take all the risk, and you also pay the insurance company to be able to provide the risk that you're taking. On top of that, there's really a lack of guidance because there's no financial advisor that you can help you navigate your options, know which option is right for you among all of the options of the 403B. Because since insurance companies are represented by their agents, those agents only know the products that they sell. So you, the individual person, has to educate yourself on all the choices on your own to decide what's best for you. So what ends up happening? Well, let's look at Sue. She's a high school teacher, and she just assumed that all the retirement plans worked the same way. So at her school's benefits fair, the most persistent vendor to follow up with her got her to sign up, without explaining the 2.5% in hidden fees that were cutting into her returns. So here's the reality check. You should ideally have access to low-cost investment funds, but that's not usually the case. Now, This is not a primer on variable annuities. That warrants a show all of its own. So let me know if this is something that you'd like me to cover. In simple terms, variable annuities let you invest in the market through sub-accounts instead of giving you a fixed percent of return. This means your investment can go up or down each year. And then you have fees for the privilege of taking this risk. The first one is mortality and expense ratio, the M&E fee. This is the insurance cost. This is what you are charged every year. You don't usually see this on your statement because a lot of insurance companies I've noticed will take it out daily, so you'll never really notice it. But it's about 1.25% a year. Then you have your sub-account fees. Now, sub-accounts work just like mutual funds, but they have fees themselves. So you can figure those fees are going to range, and the range is between 0.5% to 2%, depending on what kind of mix you have. Usually the stock growth type sub-accounts are going to have a higher fee than the fixed income bond sub-accounts. Then you'll have an administration fee, and that's just to keep the account open. Now, this could be a flat $25 a year, $50 a year, or it could be a percentage like 0.15% or 0.50%. Then you could have rider fees, like extra add-ons, like guaranteed income that you can get. And there'd be an extra 0.5% to 1.5%. So here's another example. Lisa's a middle school teacher, and she was shocked when she realized she was paying nearly 3% in her combined fees. And when you add those up, that's about what you get. I usually see fees when I do variable annuity analysis. I usually see fees around 3.5%. That's $3,000 that you're paying, or that's lost for $100,000 every year. And these fees are paid whether your money goes up or down because they're fixed. So think about that. That's over time you're paying the insurance company that $3,000, and as money goes up every single year, even after you retire, if you keep the account. If you currently have a variable annuity, or you're talking to someone about getting one, do yourself a favor. Call the 403B company, not the agent or the advisor, but the company, and ask them, well, what are my fees? What do I have to pay for mortality and expense? What is the admin fee each year? What are the range of sub-account fees? Are there any other fees that are on this particular contract? What is my surrender charge? For example, how long do you have to be in it before you'll be charged to take your money out early? And then ask them, if you already have one, well, what investments am I in? What is my risk? Am I, in really risky sub-accounts when I want to be more conservative, or am I in more conservative accounts when I want to be riskier? What am I in? If you want to change, or you're looking to get started, consider these other alternatives that could be maybe better suited for you. One is a cash value life insurance policy. There's no contribution limits, so that's good. You've got tax advantage withdrawals rather than being taxed at ordinary income. You get a death benefit from day one, and there's also living benefits for critical care or terminal illness or things that may happen later on in your life. Or what about the Roth IRA? In the Roth IRA, you get your tax-free growth. Everything you take out is tax advantage, tax-free. Then I would say, what about, and this may be in your 403B plan, what about fixed or fixed indexed annuities? If you're a conservative investor and you want to be safe, or you want to make sure that this part of your portfolio, the 403B part, isn't a safe alternative, but still has a chance for growth, see if there are any of the fixed indexed annuity choices in your 403B plans. There's no cost, and it's a much lower cost. So that's what you'd be saving on. You wouldn't have to worry about the hidden fees, and there's no market risk for you. So if you want something that's got more steady growth that you can count on, and that doesn't, get you hit with fees, that would be a great alternative for you, and you may be able to do that through your school. Think of it this way. If you switch from your variable annuity to one of the low-cost options, you could save over $2,000 a year, or whatever that 3% of whatever amount you're got in your account every single year. So think about what that trade-off would be. And then which option is the best for you. Because it's all about what are your goals, what is your risk, what are you supposed to do, and which option for investments makes the most sense and really serves your purpose and your goals. In my opinion, I believe something is better than nothing. I don't want fear to stop you from taking action. Remember, you don't have to do a 403b, but you do need to save for retirement. That's why I bring up the cash value life insurance and the Roth IRAs. You can also use a brokerage account. Do what you can, where you can. Talk to an advisor who has options for you to choose from. In Ohio, the Ohio Deferred Compensation, or the 457 plan, is a good option. So I would check into something like that. And the reason why I say that is because it has straight mutual funds and it's very low cost. So if you like the idea of the employer taking out the funds and the pre-tax contributions being done all up front and the convenience of that, look at maybe the 457 options and see whether one of those options offers you low cost mutual funds for you. Because it's not just about saving, it's also keeping more of what you earn. And you want to have the least things that are going to, over the long term, to pull down what you're making. So think about that. Think about the fact that you do have options. You don't have to just do one thing. And I know a lot of people do think that they have to, if they're not going to do it, either they do nothing or they do the 403b. And I want you to realize and be empowered to know that you have choices and you have options. And you can choose to put your money away where you think it's the best for you. The best way to take control of your retirement is to understand what you have and explore your options. Don't wait until retirement to realize your plan isn't working for you. So here's what you can do next. If you've got a 403b, check the fees. Check what kind of a contract you are in. Who's the insurance company? What kind? Am I in a variable annuity? Am I in a fixed index annuity? Am I in funds? So know them, find it out. And then compare your options. See what you got. See if a 457 or a IRA or a Roth, what is a better fit for you and your goals. If you want more information, watch my masterclass. It is filled with strategies to get you on the road to financial success and peace of mind. And don't forget to come back next week on Thursday for another edition of Educators Financial Foresight Weekly. I'm Debbie Major. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great weekend.